Welcome back to WD.
FM, the official Walt Disney Family Museum podcast. We're your hosts, Brie Bertolacini, Content and Research Manager.
And Chris Mullen, Marketing and Editorial Specialist at the Walt Disney Family Museum.
Happy to be back chatting with you, Chris, this time highlighting upcoming events at the Walt Disney Family Museum. But before we get to our museum updates, we've recently had some exciting announcements coming from Disneyland.
Yeah, it's really exciting. So Disney Parks announced that the Walt Disney Family Museum, us, will be partnering with Walt Disney Imagineering for an all-new gallery inside the Main Street Opera House, which will feature more than 30 artifacts loaned from our collection to showcase the evolution of Walt's dream of Disneyland. This gallery, along with other displays celebrating the history of audio animatronics technology, will open alongside the new Walt Disney A Magical Life attraction.
So, some of the announced objects from our collection heading to Disneyland are some original furniture from Walt's apartment above the firehouse on Main Street. This will include an original rocking chair, lamp, and table, all of which have never been publicly exhibited at Disneyland before. Also, some of Walt's humanitarian accolades will be on display, including Walt's 1955 Emmy Award for the Disneyland TV show, his Presidential Medal of Freedom, awarded by President Lyndon Johnson in 1964, and the Walt Disney Commemorative Medal presented to Lillian Disney by President Nixon in 1969.
Yeah, if you ever look at that medal, it really does look like him in there. It's really, really cool how they were able to press that in there. Yeah, growing up, going to Disneyland, and then, of course, as you did yourself, getting to work at Walt Disney World, I love whenever the museum has an opportunity to partner with parks. I remember fondly back in 2023, which I can't believe it was already 2 years ago, when we sent the Snow White Oscar to be on display at the Carthay Circle restaurant at Disney California Adventure Park in celebration of the 95th Academy Awards. The parks are a continuation of the legacy of Walt Disney, as is this museum. So it only makes sense that we would be involved in some way in bringing Walt Disney to new generations of park goers. What are you excited for, Brie?
Well, such a great point. I really did enjoy that we had an object in California Adventure. So to have objects that are in Disneyland and in the Opera House, I'm just really excited to see. There's a good number of objects from our collection heading to Disneyland. So those were just a sneak peek of some of the awards that you'll be able to see. You know what I'm really excited about is that there is going to be a younger generation of people getting to better know who Walt Disney was. And much like why the Walt Disney Family Museum was founded, was to get to know the man behind the brand. And I feel like this new exhibit and this new show will just be a great extension of our mission. So I'm just so excited that we're partnered with Walt Disney Imagineering on this project. So the exhibit will open alongside the opening of Walt Disney A Magical Life in the Opera House on Disneyland's anniversary, July 17th.
Well, it's time to look at what we have going on at the Walt Disney Family Museum. We have lots of great programs and classes coming up to get excited about. First up, drop your anchor and come aboard to see Pirates of the Caribbean Curse of the Black Pearl for our month-long screening in our theater. We're also continuing to offer sensory-friendly screenings each month. This next month, March, we will be coming back to the Walt Disney Animation Studios short film collection that was released back in 2015 to make the film experience comfortable for all. The lights will be dimmed, volume lowered, and closed captioning will be turned on. So visit our calendar for all of our film screenings.
Tickets are still available for our upcoming talk on Saturday, March 15th, in conversation with director Brenda Chapman and historian Mindy Johnson. Brenda will share insights and stories from her impressive career with Disney, Pixar, and DreamWorks Animation with Mindy Johnson, a prominent expert on women in early animation.
Well, Mindy Johnson is going to be pulling double duty at the Walt Disney Family Museum. We recently announced a new program with Japanese-American artist Willie Ido in conversation with Mindy Johnson in person on Saturday, May 10th. After Ido and his family were taken from their home in San Francisco and interned at a camp in Utah for Japanese Americans during World War II, he overcame incredible adversity by landing his dream job at the Walt Disney Studios as an animator on Lady and the Tramp. Hear about Ido's inspiring decades-long career in animation and illustrating children's books. Tickets available now.
Join us for an in-depth look at the new book, After Disney, Toil, Trouble, and the Transformation of America's Favorite Media Company, with its author, award-winning journalist and producer Neil O'Brien, on Saturday, April 5th. After Disney tells the story of the succession struggle that followed Walt Disney's death that was largely kept from the public and the transformation that led the company to become the success that it is today. Tickets are available now. I will say I am very excited to read this book and hear from Neil. It highlights Ron Miller's time as Walt Disney Company CEO. And, I got a little bit of a sneak peek and tells some never before published stories about Ron. The family did participate in this book. So it's really going to be a great program.
Yeah, looking forward to going through our copy of After Disney, because that's such a unique time in Disney history that I feel like isn't covered very much. So I think there's going to be a lot to learn from that. Switching gears here to a couple of programs a little bit more artistically inclined. We have two events coming up with illustrator Eliza Reisfeld. First, on Sunday, March 30th, join us for a special story time with Eliza as she reads My Zoo, A Book of Feelings, a book that she illustrated to help kids navigate their emotions with the help of animal friends. Later in the day, join us for a workshop with Eliza where she will teach you how to draw and stylize animals with emotions. By the end of the workshop, students will have a better understanding of how to draw animal characters and how to express feelings through drawing.
So, we recently announced our 2025 summer classes. We're offering a few brand new classes, so those should be a really fun time. We have classes for different grades, ranging from grades 3 through 12. So, students can learn about creating mouthwatering short films using stop motion animation. You can learn about adding lighting to your animation or how to illustrate using Procreate. We have a summer class titled The Heroine's Journey that focuses on learning about and designing a female lead character from the conceptual stage to a full 3D maquette. You can learn the art of collage and mix it with the realm of fantasy in a class dedicated to learning the basics of design, color, layout, and textures to create fantastic realms and characters of your own.
And another exciting new class has been created that's inspired by Dungeons and Dragons. Dungeons and Drawing will mix writing, visual art, and a little bit of simulation to create a captivating tale mixed with fun role playing elements. We have another class inspired by the Wild West. Saddle up and go behind the scenes of how Frontierland at Disneyland was developed and how to animate aspects of the Old West using digital 2D animation. Our last summer class is focusing on making your own exciting and engaging animated trailers using digital software, timing, and animation techniques. Hopefully, your trailers won't give away the whole movie like just about every trailer does today. Visit our classes page to see more details on these offerings.
Now, to ensure that all students have the opportunity to take classes at the Walt Disney Family Museum, we are pleased to offer scholarships to qualifying families and students of all ages. So visit our website for more information.
And for fans of Sip and Paint workshops, join us for our new Sip and Sketch workshops, where you can enjoy evening cocktails and follow along as our education staff teaches you step by step how to sketch or paint different animation related scenes. Upcoming workshops include painting whimsical flowers and drawing fun rubber hose characters.
Now, there's only a couple weeks left to enjoy our exhibition, Directing at Disney. Experience classic Disney animated films from the director's chair. The special exhibition showcases rare film artifacts from the Walt Disney Studios and archival photographs featuring Walt, his early production teams, and legendary directors. So it's open now through March 16th, 2025.
And that's literally from the director's chair because we have actual director's chairs with the names of the directors all throughout the exhibition. So if you have a favorite one, maybe you're a Sharpstein stan, you can take a picture with director's chair with his name on it. So come by and see that. Now that brings us to the end of this episode. Visit our calendar for links to all of the programs, workshops, and films we chatted about today at waltdisney.org/calendar.
Thanks for tuning in to WDFM, the official Walt Disney Family Museum podcast. Subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. Follow us on all social channels at WDF Museum for all the latest updates.
Quiet on the set and keep moving forward.
Bye.